We are going into bind, the pistol set to start, and ForZe are on the defensive side. Let's see if this map can find the success that they want up against the giant in Europe that are Team Liquid and the scary team that they can be when they make that lower bracket run. Going to start with a lot of aggression out of Liquid, a straight A push, and these players on ForZe now have a lot of angles to consider. The smoke's blocking them out from a lot of the peaks they would have wanted to take, and this is great ground control right off the bat by Liquid. A kill and a spike plant, but a bit of HP loss for Cryptics.
Yes. Snake Bite does a lot of damage. Actually maintaining Shower's control, but unfortunately punished for it. Eugen actually going to come through. Yampi will fall here. Upgrade to the Frenzy. Soulcast going to be really careful now outside lamps.
Oh, Artist got those right clicks. No, he doesn't. He goes down right away. Zeddy with the trade back. And we're in an even position, but it's Link that's going to be the difference maker, surely. Soulcast up close. Time starting to tick away. It's already halfway defused. Oh, that Molly is going to stop anyone from going through the wall, and they're able to just defuse it. Oh my, what a travesty here for Team Liquid as ForZe pick up the pistol, but basically 3 players still alive for Liquid. That should never have happened.
An absolute disaster. I'm not even sure who it was that backed up on short there, but Link coming through really late on that Showers lurk. Actually, Soulcast had to come back and play this side of the wall. I mean, ForZe just, they wrapped. They literally swapped places with Liquid coming through lamps. What a strange pistol round to start things off, and initially everything going right for Liquid, right? I mean, obviously ForZe are playing back. Coffee's trying to contest obviously that wall going up on default, and Scream actually able to do a lot of damage over the top of that. But I'm not sure really what the swing condition there was for Liquid to force them to sit back like that, Mitch.
Yeah, it was a little bit strange. At the same time, I can understand when you've got the Molotov, maybe they just really want to run down the clock, but that one missed piece of utility and you are in a world of hurt, because it's not just, oh, it's not stopping them from defusing anymore, but stopping you from stopping them from defusing, which is even worse. Well, after that disaster, I'm sure Team Liquid are looking to put that pistol round behind them. We've had a little bit of a tech timeout, and we're ready to jump back onto the server where we can see ForZe are going to be playing this one with a Vandal on Hudgen and everyone else taking Spectres. But Team Liquid have got a couple of upgraded pistols, so this might not be as clear cut as it might look on paper.
Let's see if they can get anything done here. Initially, a few members down towards Fountain. Seems Soulcast and Scream just to show a little bit of presence here. Spike not committed either way yet. They're down on short, so obviously going to wait out a pick here. 2 members of ForZe actually stack inside Showers here to try and take control. See really if Link or Yampi decide to contest that. Soulcast spots one, but see Zeddy as well posted up to play, I guess, on the back of one of these flashes. She's going to swing round, and Soulcast unfortunately missing the beat a little bit there. If he'd have hung around, he might have actually been rewarded with a pick.
Yeah, so valuable in a round like this. You get that opportunity to just pop ahead. There's still going to be plenty more up for grabs.
The crosshair plays just bang on there.
Yeah, he's not pulling the trigger though. And look at this, a 2-man setup inside a bath. Recon going to do a little bit of work here, confirming there's players here. Snake bite down. That's going to delay even more time. I mean, Liquid are kind of forced to make a push pretty soon. It doesn't necessarily have to be A. Yampi falls and Spike is down, so they might not have much of a choice. Curious sending the Spike through Bath, and with that completely isolated, this is going to be a full rotate from ForZe, and what should be a clear-cut round now. 1 pick for Soulcast. He's immediately shut down. Artist farming up that Hunter's Fury as we speak. 5 HP left, and oh, he'll go down in the end, but it's worthwhile. They've had a pretty solid round here.
Yeah, again, the Spike being lost in Showers at 30 seconds left, it's a borderline unrecoverable there, especially with the Astra utility as well. Obviously, this late round kind of utility that's still available for ForZe after the Snake Bite, obviously after the Recon Bolt, after the Shock Darts, everything to slow down that push coming through. Not an awful lot for Liquid to do there. A couple of consolation kills at least. Soulcast actually finding one late on, but again, the double stack just too strong for Liquid to break through now. Coming through onto the buy round, again, I'm not expecting ForZe to go hyper aggro here, but potentially going to look for an early pick. Not even going to contest short, actually. A very, very deep poison orb here. Actually, they're going to 3-man walk into Showers here. Look at this, the TP play, Mitch.
complete crunch. Scream is dealing with it well, but the numbers are just too great. Zeddy with a double pulls it into a pretty advantageous spot for ForZe, considering what they started with. Now 2 Vandals to play with, the Spectre there as well. And although the plant will come in for Team Liquid, they're going to be a little bit stuck, especially with Link playing towards that B side. They know that he's rotated through the spawn. They could be watching for that flank play a little bit later. I mean, now it's going to be about running that clock down for Liquid, trying to buy as much as they can, and they still have that molly for post plant, and this time hopefully it'll find the mark.
Yeah, Link already posted deep here. Yampi's actually got himself into heaven as well. You can see ForZe aware of the possibility. Yampi will spring the trap, finally shows his hand. Find the first, but again, ForZe just looking for damage at this point. Honestly, found the 2 kills initially. Can't escape with that weapon. Zeddy, the last man standing here. More challenging. Yampi finds the 3rd. Decent ult progress there, and an interesting round. Like I said, I was expecting them to maybe close the distance there, at least in the first 10 to 15 seconds. But again, this investment of utility early down short almost lures Liquid into a false sense of security, right? When that pinch comes through from the TP, it's perfectly timed. Scream just has too many bodies to handle, right? It's overwhelming for him. So at least to find a couple of kills in this round, impressive, but Liquid hold the line.
Yeah, it's decent stuff. I think having these kind of ideas, going out for crunches when you're on the lower buys, when you've got Spectres and stuff like that, it makes a whole bunch of sense. They even had the Astra Stars placed down in case maybe a player will be spotted up close and bat. They could put a pull or a stun in there. Look at Zeddy. He's gone pushing down middle. He's an Astra player, and he's the first man to take combat on his own ground, falling back to B with a man advantage. It's a great start.
Yes, indeed. As Scream's there, he's one away from his revive, actually. Could potentially look for the orb and showers with Yampi being tucked in this deep. You can see on the minimap over there that looks like that's the plan for Scream right now. So Liquid going to burn up, 20 to 25 seconds here on this rotation, at least if they do want to end up on B. But Spike, the back of Link, and look at this, ForZe are getting closer and closer. I think they're going to contest this, Mitch.
Oh, it looks like it. That flash goes in. Yampi's ready to fight, though, and there's Coffee down right away. Snake bite and shock dart, but Yampi dashes out of the way, so he won't be taken down by it, but he's left on 75 health, and with Scream falling, the numbers are really thinning out here for Liquid. No ultimates to pull them back into these fights. They need to rely on raw aim duels, and now there's a Viper's Pit to contend with as well. Lamb's control is basically out of the question at this point, unless they manage to somehow deal with Hudgens, so they'll look elsewhere for control. An Artist is waiting for them. Another creeping through the smoke as it dissipates. Link somehow gains the upper hand, and with that, the plant is in. Cryptic's tucked in on the corner behind the double boxes, now stands as the last bastion for this attacking side. The spike not quite planted for him. He's hoping to catch Viper coming out or absolutely any opportunities, but now blinded up as well. They know exactly where he is. They're ready to take this fight. He goes in, but Hudgens watching and waiting. Another round for ForZe, and in quite convincing fashion, all things considered. I mean, the early round went perfect, and as you saw right there, there was no problems coming back into the site.
No, I think it's initially there when that pressure comes through onto showers. I mean, Coffee again, with obviously the desk talked about this, setting his team up with these flashes, almost becoming an initiator, right, with that utility himself. But I mean, Yampi actually coming out on top of it initially. And like you said, it came down to raw angels, right? Liquid have to push out. They have to find something because they have nothing else to rely on here. So no real surprise to see Yampi creep that smoke, but Artist, they want to really dismantle that. It's surprising, actually, Link wins that 1v1 after the smoke drops, to be honest with you.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, that was the one that got me.
Yeah.
I saw him inside. I'm thinking, oh, here's another kill for Artist, and he somehow manages to connect it. But those things don't happen every single time, and even still, the round doesn't go their way. 3-1 for ForZe. And one good thing here for Team Liquid, you mentioned Scream was one away from his ult not that long ago, and he's got it. Solkis and Link pretty close to theirs. I mean, the ult economy is definitely swinging in favor of the attackers, as you'd expect. Other rounds have gone. Solkis is just sending it after Coffee, but the Spectre reigns supreme in the close range duel. It looks like a flash through the smoke is on the cards, but Yampi steps in before Hudgens can even press his W key. Can't even get close to his keyboard as he goes down.
You will not kill us.
We got that one back online. It's actually Yampi now. Good to pile on the pressure. The smokes will drop though, and this is where with everything invested. Liquid have nothing to sit behind. Yampy tries to go aggressive, but Zeddy will shut that down as well. Coffee sits inside the molly for some reason. Will fall there. Now comes to a 2v3 here. Liquid will get the spike down.
They've got great positions as well with Lamps locked down. Zeddy's recovered some stars. It might be a slightly slower play just to try and wait for those to refresh, get them down. And I mean, the good thing in a way, the fact that these players are all boxed in towards Lamps, if he has good star placement, this could work out. Oh, they run into a judge though. Never mind. Scream is just sat there waiting, and it is just freelo when it comes to those kind of judge fights, isn't it?
Is indeed. And fair play to Solkas. Initially there, obviously, Coffee's able to back up and create a little bit more distance because Solkas obviously trying to get in there as quickly as possible with that judge. After that, obviously, the revive doesn't get a full reset. And ultimately there, I mean, yes, the brimstone smokes last for 20 seconds, but it's Yampy going forward once again. And even though he dies, it creates a little more space for Liquid to kind of secure themselves behind default. And ultimately, I mean, nobody ended up killing Coffee, but the molly did the job for them. And that really, that's the point at which they're able to turn that back around, because ForZe arguably should have held on to that one.
I think that's fair to say. This round here also puts them in a really tough spot. You know, a lot of these rounds have been at a minimum 2 kills for Liquid. So with the constant reinvestment, ForZe now find themselves down on pistols. Use Sheriffs. And there's the first kill going to them already. Sugetsu able to take a frag and going to be tigering down to grab the info. Wouldn't be surprised if Liquid slow this play down, but they'll be reluctant to give up long control now that there's a weapon to be retrieved.
Fire in the hole!
The showstopper popped, actually. Come through Artist will find another. Solkas actually trades that one out. Cryptic Scream. Find kills elsewhere as well. This paint shell actually going to land a little bit of damage, or at least force players off backside. And Liquid actually going to hit the TP here. One survivor here from ForZe. We'll be able to actually... Oh, he's going to hear Solkas, but no, can't catch across there. Solkas close things out with a headshot. We'll tie things up at 3-3, Mitch. And what's interesting here again is it's ForZe's ability to still find like the opener there. And Liquid with a perfect response, arguably, but on a round like that, where it's not really on the back of like this coordinated stacked push, right? I think initially it's just a one tap down long. Artist obviously finds one as well, but the number's just too strong from Liquid here, and ultimately some good utility is going to secure the round for them.
I think overall, though, looking at that round, if you're ForZe, you managed to get 2 kills and bait out the showstopper. Considering the round that was in it, the investment, that's pretty solid. Like, they're going to be walking out of that with a smile on their face, but now is the time they need to capitalize. The weapons in the hands of Liquid as they move towards the site. Zeddy pops in a concuss, but Solkas is already in his face, taking headshots and then tagging up Sugetsu through the wall. Ridiculous. Oh, wow, that's a firing squad. ForZe 3 versus 5 within a matter of seconds of the round starting. They're forced to save.
Just like that. Again, actually talking about it's not on the back of being stacked up. I mean, Solkas with a huge opener there, but again, there's no chance of getting that second kill. Fortunately, Liquid able to collapse onto the B site once again here. Be tied up. Now looking at actually, yes, the ultimate progress leans heavily in favor of ForZe, but and 3 weapons saved through, obviously the operator a big consideration here. To see actually if they try and capitalize on this, and I'm assuming they're going to have at least 1 drop to come through here. They're not going to be at least running through SMGs, but problem is now, obviously, with that orbital strike coming online, again, you have that kind of default run down towards A, right? Ult through lamps, get yourselves up short nice and quickly. Let's see if that's going to be a consideration here for Liquid.
Yeah, I think with the way they're staggering their ultimates, this is about the time that you want to be throwing down that orbital strike. But I'm also interested in Coffee. The fact that this man has got his ultimate, if he's the player inside of Lamps, for example, orbital strike means nothing to him. He can easily get out of there and even find some more information for his team. Obviously, with Gate Crash in general, you can do that. And constantly faking those steps in. This is something that we saw a couple of times coming through when Yoru was initially played on Bind. The impact is always, or thus far, had been kind of questionable, but I think Coffee really causes a lot of paranoia because sometimes he does go through that and they crunch out of hookah.
It's the conditioning factor, right? It's every single round, and then, you know, the 1 in 5 where they do burst out and make a push onto sand. And what's interesting there is Zeddy actually shows the judge. So he's giving away the audio cue here, and Soulcast and Scream actually going to drift down towards long. Now, position will be noted. The rest of Liquid actually come through. I think only one spotted. I think Scream was actually tucked in there, so might catch ForZe by surprise.
Oh, maybe not. That flash around, but there's no follow-up on it. Sugetsu not quite able to land it. Now the movement in towards the site. You're going to have blast packs in, but Zeddy's closed the distance already with a judge in hand. The blast pack got him! Sulcus killed him on his way through. A freak accident that robs ForZe of their best chance of defending that B site. Great shock dart, good damage, but there needs to be a follow-up here. They are retaking B with an operator. Hujin is going to have to either do some great work, and well, now with that res coming through, I think he's going to have to go and save.
Yeah, again, the operator's just such a heavy burden here in terms of the decision making. Recon Bar actually going to ping up 2 players close, but no real value in swinging this, and ForZe forced to save once again. What's interesting, again, I know Lothar will be looking at that back, but Coffee actually threw that flash from spawn, Mitch. It was all the way deep in spawn to flash out onto long.
I was thinking
it was talked about, and it's little things like that, right? It happens off screen. We might not appreciate it too much, but it's the little things that, you know, in terms of discussing Yoru's viability and things like that. It's nice to see little pieces.
He must have reached the exact distance that he can throw those from, because obviously they disappear after a little while, and that's quite a long throw. But I think that was almost a downfall, the fact, the angle that it was thrown from, right? Because it left Scream unblinded up close. So
correct,
because it was behind him.
And I guess it's awkward timing as well with the information they do manage to pull on the back of the Trailblazer, and I think it's just a series of unfortunate events there as we see the blast pack as well.
30 seconds left.
That's one of the worst ways to go, is the accidental, the Raze is trying to push site and you fall to the blast pack.
Especially for Zeddy, because he's playing with a judge up close. Even if that player blast packs past him and let's presume doesn't kill him, he probably gets a tag onto him, maybe kills the teammates. And if they manage to deal with Sulcus, the other teammates are trapped behind a Viper wall with a judge on the other side. There is no way through. Could be the unluckiest death that we've seen. Certainly so far today. A 5-3. Tack pause coming out of ForZe. And let's not forget, you know, they had a decent lead. They were starting to look really good in those early rounds. And Team Liquid have fought their way right back into this half and found their economy stacked. Look at those credits. There's no such thing as an eco for these guys for quite a while.
There isn't. And again, on the back of the second save, ForZe. Guardian and a Bulldog here. You again, happy to sit back, and Liquid don't really give too much away in the early round. They kind of wait for any of these tells from ForZe. Actually, Coffee gets very deep. So there's that orbital strike in lamps. Actually, Artist gonna shut down Soulcast there.
Oh, nice shot on the back of the reveal. Right through the smoke. Hujin able to take one, the pre-fire up on top a little bit early. There's only 2 players left on Team Liquid. But when one of those players is Scream, you never want to count the round as done. Option to teleport is open. B is left completely for the attackers, but Liquid don't know that. They're lurking around now, hoping to catch somebody, find an angle, find a kill, and opening back into the round. But ForZe are not giving any opportunities, and they even confirm that it's still going to be an A play with the Tiger.
Healing.
Scream conscious of one more in showers, but ForZe are happy to give up the plant here at least.
30 seconds
Wait,
left.
down Liquid just desperate for somebody to give something away, but again, the Guardian and the Bulldog's got to be a consideration here as well. They want to sit deep. They want to force the plant out. See how Liquid play this now. Not really in a position to be aggressive enough to find a pick.
And they were holding the bath crawls as well, so much information to play with here for ForZe as they come back in. Great flash, and down goes Cryptix from the flank play. Now Scream's got so much to consider on this one, and Artist is the one to take him down. Very patient round from the entirety of ForZe, but Artist in particular pushed through bath, got his position outside of spawn, and he sat there for a good minute.
Yeah, tucked in so deep that even if Liquid do, by some divine miracle, get the ability to reset to short, he's in position to shut that down.
Yep.
Again, the Scream or Cryptix really have anything to play in post-plant, so it's unlikely that happens, but there is the contingency. That shot was great reaction on the recon ping as well, and it's weird to see Solkas have to be the one to try and deal with that recon bolt as well on site, which is the only reason really that he gets shut down on his way through. Can't be on the operator though, Mitch. This is a little switch up here. See if he's going to lean towards... He actually will lean towards challenging, yep.
And it's Hudson that he takes down. That's the op on the other side of things eliminated, plus Viper utility out of the question for that B hold. A solid start. For sure. And Team Liquid can just slow it down. I feel like you can see it. They're playing defaults. They're pumping the brakes. They're using Ray's utility to take over Hookah and continue to just strangle ForZe and rob them of any sort of map control. These 8 players might be kind of hard done by this. A lot of these little squiddies getting destroyed. That kind of tells them that there's more players towards B than there necessarily are. ForZe could be tempted to make an aggressive play under these kind of conditions when you're a man down and you spot a lot of info outside B, but they're taking it patiently enough for now.
You see here as well, Coffee's posted up in showers, and if he receives no call, he does have the ability to obviously hit that fast rotate, and Artist as well, he's got the Hunter's Fury, so that's the reason we're seeing this lean slightly away from B. Just in anticipation is coming through. Trailblazer will find the information.
30 seconds left.
Liquid now, creep closer and closer. Less than 30 seconds left now, Mitch. They've got to be fast about this.
Right here.
They really do. They can't afford to be pushed back by anything. And with the Hunter's Fury still online, as you said, that is a big threat to this planet. Oh, that's so good. The gravity well in stops them planting, allows the tag to come through. Zagetsu pushes in at the right time. There's only 5 seconds left. They have to commit to this plant. If they can delay it, if they can cancel it, the round is over. Zedio gets caught by Yappy from afar, and Coffee's TP completely ruined. He ults in to try and feed info to his teammates, but Liquid were more than ready for that. 6 on the board now, and that was an incredible recovery on a round that looked pretty difficult when they're running in with 20 seconds left.
Yeah, because I mean, with that little time left, like you said, it's one mistake. You know, one kill can ultimately decide the outcome there. And unfortunately, I mean, the Hunter's Fury Gravity Well combo nearly coming off, but I don't even think got a second tag, which is the crazy thing. And Cryptix, I gotta say, the balls on Cryptix to see Coffee just come bursting out of spawn there, not even flinch on the back of it. Great recovery by Liquid.
Yeah, absolutely spectacular stuff. And now they reap the rewards, don't they? Up against a very weak buy. It should be a 7th on the board and a solid attack half already. See what answer ForZe have got. They just try to run them down. Artist was on like 10 HP, so very easy second kill for Link. Very valuable too. He's taking the ult orb, so he's now just 2 away from getting his ulti coming into the final round, depending on what else happens here. 1 away. I mean, this is very dangerous. So ForZe are going to buy up here, but they're going to be up against a showstopper and more than likely an orbital strike.
Which, this map, very, very powerful ultimates to have online, especially here when it's, I don't want to say it's desperation times, but being on the brink of an 8-4 half, ForZe have to make something happen here, and the tendency is to want to, I guess, be more decisive, be a little more proactive on a defensive round. You see a pretty similar to setup to what we actually, you haven't said that, Zeddy going to be leaning towards B this time around. It's going to be Artist back over towards Showers. Aldrone only spots 1 though, and Scream up close and personal. Yeah, we'll find that any day of the week.
Get out of my way.
We know this man in headshots.
Strike as well now.
Yep, that's the thing. It's a dangerous, dangerous thing. In comes the orbital strike. It's just free information. They know they're probably not getting a kill off the back of it. The showstopper, on the other hand, there's going to be different expectations, and he's up down by Hudgen before he can get anything done. A second shot connected by the Viper. Lothar called it on the desk. He said, watch out for this Viper operator, but hey, he's dealt with eventually, leaving Sugetsu alone. A 1v3 in the first kill already gone his way. Link tucked up close and Cryptic's incredibly low. If Sugetsu gets this first kill, it could be done, but Link comes in huge on that kill. The info there to play with for ForZe, but they can't connect it. And now they're 8-4 down at the half. This is not a solid start to a map that they chose. And correct me if I'm wrong, Hypok, but they were 3-1 up at a certain point.
Yeah, it was. As soon as Liquid are able to stabilize here, they completely run away with this half. And Yampi, fortunately, loses out to the operator. But, I mean, the second consideration here, in the last 3 appearances from Liquid, they've only given up 5 rounds on their defense. So, for this to go, and that's 5 rounds in total, Mitch.
Yeah.
3 versus Fnatic, 1 versus Giants, 1 versus Na'Vi. So, this is scary. ForZe have got mountains to climb.
Where a Liquider sat there going, wow, I'm really glad this isn't Ascent right now. I'm really happy we're on Bind. Well, let's see if that sentiment's going to be held as we go into the defensive side. Second half pistol underway. Is it just me? Are you hearing the Origin spin sound? Okay, I thought I was going insane.
Love that sound.
Spike down A.
Well, Gabby's found the opening. Coffee down. A lot of these guys on ForZe are going for the armor play, and Team Liquid have a very different interpretation. These guys, they're looking to just take those duels. Ghosts, Sheriffs, only the one classic, and shockingly enough, it's on screen.
And it's Link in his signature position. Usually the weapon he leads towards, but a frenzy, so deadly nonetheless, up close and personal. ForZe now. As for the creep up long, I don't think that spy cam. Yeah, it's above. I thought it may be the one that spots long, but it's just spotting above wood here. Cryptic's going to get this information nice and early.
30 seconds left.
I love just sitting on that cam, getting the information across. Now I see ForZe charging out. This is Link's moment to shine. A frenzy, and he's snake bit down. I mean, you might almost be better conceding the plant at this stage. Especially with how, look at where Zeddy is. This is going to be I would say a free plant, but there's 10 seconds left and they're pushing out. What's going on for ForZe here? They've given up so much control. There's 5 seconds left and Artist is alone. This round is done.
It's
I feel like someone hit the brakes while they're on the straight. There was just no reason for it.
But I mean, the big thing is there that the Liquid are able to play deep enough and just, I mean, they give it up, right? ForZe need to convert a kill on the back of that. On the back of being given so much space there, but 3 come through on the TP and it's 4 people in hookah, right? So it's not as if they can just sit on site for 5 seconds and wait, because there's so much pressure from Liquid. A really, really well considered pistol round. On the back of a spy cam. That's the thing, on the back of one piece of utility.
Yep. And you look at that now, 9-4. I mean, it feels like a nail on the coffin of ForZe. They have a big task ahead of them getting back into this half. But it is their map pick. It's somewhere that they're capable, we know. Somewhere they're certainly comfortable. Maybe Liquid have pushed them out of that comfort zone to start. They've full forced up here, man. I mean, there needs to be a result now. Like, this is crazy risky, because if ForZe lose this round...
It breaks them to 11. Well, it breaks till Liquid reach 11, I mean.
Exactly, yep.
Team set up very close contact here. Coffee and Artist creeping, but there's a little bit of space in between them. No, Coffee will reconsider that.
Timing's going to be so important.
Yeah, Boombop's going to find the showers info as well, so that's probably going to be what draws a rotation out of Liquid.
Time to jump.
Not just yet, actually. Scream committed right now. He's going to find the first. Look at that. All 3 line up for him.
Force buy. This is a force buy from ForZe. We said it's a round they need to win, and they're just running headfirst into Scream. Yeah, you get a weapon upgrade here, so they'll have 2 Spectres, but 20 seconds left. 3 versus 2. Yampi's gone onto site. They might try to isolate this duel first, but Cryptix is here to help, and the Classic might not get it done, but with 11 HP left, Sugetsu was not too much of a threat. That is the force buy from ForZe going to Team Liquid, and with that, we are likely facing an 11-4 scoreline before ForZe have to attempt what is an incredibly difficult comeback into this half.
The fact that Scream, again, at this point, it's almost 30 seconds left, and even if it goes 1 for 1 there, it causes massive problems for ForZe. But final 3, like you said, on the force buy, where ultimately here, look at it. I mean, it's Sheriff's a frenzy. Gotta believe this looks like Liquid going to 11, and again, those mountains they need to climb, yeah, a little steeper now. Link gonna show his hand. Molly goes down to force any push on the back of that Trailblazer, but the potential here, like I said, the pinch comes through.
I mean, where they committed a lot to trying to deal with Link there. The drone going down and everything, but it's forced that rotate through the TP play. They can break this wall quickly enough. They can be through onto the A side for a free plant. And considering the round that's in it, free post plant, play off of those close range duels, crossfires, you'll take that every day. It looks like they're very conscious of some sort of utility coming in to stop them. That delays a little bit, but they still get it down.
Actually, the Viper will invested very late here. Link trying to charge down with the judge. We'll find Coffee. Actually, some trades coming through. It's 2 for 2 here for ForZe.
They're not giving up just yet. In fact, Zeddy gets all 4. Oh my, he closes it out. He puts 5 on the board for ForZe, and that round was not one that they should be winning. We talked about the force buy in the previous as having a good chance. The pistol, they lose those and things are looking pretty grim, but that could be a turning point in this game.
Absolutely could be. I mean, Zeddy, all the way from back triple there, effectively just playing the trades perfectly. I mean, ultimately Liquid come pouring through lamps and they're funneled into that tight spot, and a couple of Sheriff shots. And that round on his head. See here if Liquid look to get proactive. A couple of bits of utility from Zeddy actually invested in showers, so Scream got to respect it initially. And here you go, yep. We'll catch him, but I don't think they can close the distance on it. Cass going to make sure of it with a paint shell.
They don't think anybody's crossed over, though, so they're not ready for Zeddy to come out this quickly as the orb is being taken. Around he goes, and he gets blinded by his teammate. So, Solkus gets away with a free kill, but the snake bite hunts him down quite quickly, leaving ForZe with the advantage and the plant. But Yampi's still up close. He's managed to evade detection inside of this smoke. Those Seekers ultimately dealing with him, pushing him back. Bladestorm active and looking for victims, and as Cryptix falls, the chances of this round going to Liquid all ever slimmer. Yampi has to go huge here if they're going to have any chance, and he has no idea there's a player right down below him. Good attempt, but in the end, it will be 6 for ForZe.
I love the setup there to take that showers control. Again, you can see Scream was kind of pinging it off. He was like, yeah, maybe I should respect this, and ultimately not able to close the distance fast enough. But like you said, they didn't spot the cross. I don't think they were ready, even though that... Gotta say, that team flash maybe slowed things down a little bit. The utility invested from short still found value on the way in. They're able to find the entry. To survive, though. And again, on a comeback like this, you look for absolute protection in terms of the economy there. And look at that, Yampi goes for an aggressive peek. Shut down immediately here, and that's the operator off the table.
Potential to pull this back, though. Scream has the res. Solkus and Link in there with some very powerful ultimates. This is likely to be the round where you look to invest that kind of stuff, but I don't think Scream's going to be able to get close by to that body. Solkus being forced off the side as they just hunt him down. Even knowing that Sage is close now, probably playing inside of the lamps. But the progress slows drastically. ForZe are going to just go for this plant, not hunting down the frags, and as they come through the wall, they've run right into Cryptix. How have they let him away with that? The showstopper basically to secure the round, taking down Hudgen, and Artist is a 1v3. That just is never going to happen. I'm at a bit of a loss, though, as to what happened with Cryptix there. How was he able to get 3?
I have no idea whether or not a flash through the cosmic divide there, and Cryptix is just playing an angle that's able to block LOS from it, but seemingly, I mean, not enough damage comes through. Even there, it's not even like, you know, they trade out favorably. Cryptix just mows them down. I looked at it on the minimap as it happened, and literally all 3 of them from the same spot. So I don't know if that's just like I said, a little miscalculation on Cryptix being able to play LOS on the flash, but man, these rounds, again, you got to argue with that setup there and the ability to play post plant. ForZe a little overzealous.
Yeah, a little, because it looked initially like they were going to go through it and continue applying the pressure, but then they waited, allowing Team Liquid to posture for a retake, and then went through, which was odd. And I presume there was a flash that they wanted. They probably wanted Liquid to come out and be in the open and be ready to be blinded up and taken down. Maybe the flash missed. I don't know. It was odd. That is for sure. Liquid will take those, though, at 11-6. Coming up against another force in from ForZe.
Right there.
And the operator for Hudgens going to be the mainstay, right? You still have a Viper's Pit, but you're not going to see that get used here. Well, not likely to see it get used.
I mean, that's another fact as well. I didn't even see if that was available for the post plant in the previous round, because that's secondary fumble in my eyes, Mitch.
I hope it wasn't.
I hope it wasn't.
I really
too.
hope it wasn't.
And Link with a judge, not afraid to show his presence. That's the thing. Is always like it's when the judge is shown, they're like, yeah, okay, guys, let's go A.
They can't get him out of there, man. Like, they've tried. They're nading it. They're putting down they're using the recon and their drone to try and tag him up and make him scared. And he sat there like, I don't care. I have a judge. You can see me. That's fine. I'll still kill you. And Solkus, well, he's only good for the 1. Good shutdown, but Yampy's able to find another. Now it's all about playing that retake. Yampy is kind of trapped, stuck inside of Lamps, but it doesn't look like ForZe are looking to push him just yet, as I see Artist edge closer. There's the ultimate there, chasing him down.
So, what? Oh, just tried to follow up there. Yampy's going to punish him. He dips out again. He finds the 3rd, Mitch. What is this round?
What a way to close it, man. Yeah, that's such a common play, right? You pop the Yoru ult, you stand next to someone, and you tell your teammate, shoot me. Just shoot at me. You're going to kill the guy. And an op shot through a cloud burst. I think the worst part about that is that Artist, I'm fairly certain, had a silenced weapon. So it wasn't even a case of following the tracers. Just a shot into a cloud burst that got the kill. I don't know if we have that here.
Oh, my word.
And
the
then
best
he
thing,
chases
and the best
him
thing
down.
is he charges down the ultimate.
And normally, and I know what some people will think, right? Why would you use that ultimate and not have your gate crash somewhere else? But that was a spontaneous ulti. Exactly. It had expired, and then he'd gone spontaneously, just ran in there to try and get that damage done to help his teammate find the pick. Didn't really have time to worry about all that sort of stuff. This is a fast round. Oh my, ForZe are looking to really up the pace on this. They lose a player to a nade. But other than that, the numbers are going to be kept even and a plant is found. But ForZe haven't been too successful in post plants, have they?
Indeed, they have not. See here, Liquid waiting for the final member Link to come through from spawn as a judge. So expect him to be the one to lead the charge back through Lamps. See Coffee posted up inside there. Find one on the way in here. Zeddy on bench. Maybe able to spot this out, actually.
Good shot by Coffee. That's exactly what they needed in this moment. Team Liquid getting shut down, and unless Yampy is going to make a real highlight play, that's another round for ForZe. But Team Liquid only need 1, and that's what scares me. You know, especially when you look at what they're dealing with in terms of, like, if you just save your ultis up, you've got an orbital strike, you've got a showstopper, you've got Scream on a res, you've also just got Scream in general. So all those things kind of add up to ForZe not getting 5 consecutive rounds. It's going to be damn tough.
Yeah, I just want to wait for Hunter's Fury. Again, that Viper's Pit still online. Waiting for the opportunity to use that one in the post plant, but Seekers as well. A couple of tools available here. If again, I mean, things start going not according to plan. ForZe, it's actually going to have a little bit of company, and it's It's a Bucky. It's a Bucky standing opposite. That's an interesting crossfire, Mitch. The judge opposite the Bucky. Makes that a little bit worse.
I guess it's better than running into a judge and judge crossfire, but I don't know that it's going to help all too much. Okay, Boombot coming out has to be destroyed. Seekers are showing the 2 players on site, and now they can isolate them. They know these guys are split. The Team Liquid creating enough space, using their utility to stop ForZe from really gaining ground. This is going to be a full-on retake. Solkas is desperately looking for a headshot to get that showstopper online and give them an opportunity. It could be the judge, couldn't it? Oh no, Link able to run in and get one, but he's left on 5 HP. I mean, surely he doesn't get much more done with that, and down on sight, Yampy deals with Zeddy, the shots from Scream, landing eventually, and this is starting to roll Team Liquid's way. The Bucky in with a kill, the wall to get the defuse, and if you want to stop that artist, you're gonna have to deal with this Bucky. The kill comes in, but he's taken down right after. This should be an easy defuse for, it wasn't got halfway. But he still has time. He's got plenty of time. 13-7. Team Liquid take it across the line in spectacular fashion on ForZe's map choice.